let's get our mixer ready to go into Substance Painter. Let's do a couple things real quick. Let's take inventory of what we actually want to look different. So based on our reference, I think this is going to want to be a different material up here. This will be one. This I want to separate out. And so what we want to do for the parts we want to separate is we want to disconnect them out and recalculate the UVs real quick. So let's come over here and say UW for connected. Okay. And now let's go UL and grab right close to the inner edge here, right about there. And then I go UF for filling, and then hold down Shift and I click here. So I've got that part. That's good. I'm going to right click and say disconnect that. So that is a separate part of the mesh. Let's do the same thing for this part up here. So right in here, I'll go UL, UF, and I'll disconnect that. And do the same thing on the other side. UL, and there's our both the loop there. And disconnect that. What else does want to be separated out? Back here, let's work on this a little bit. And so here, I would definitely want this ring to be separate. So let's go UL here, UF, get all of that. I don't think I got quite everything. UL, and then UF, holding down Shift to make sure it adds it to the selection. There we go. And we'll disconnect that. There we go. And then these parts inside, I want these to be separated out. And so let's make sure I didn't bump anything here. Just going to do this part. Let's check and see if that worked. I'll select this and then say UW. Okay. So UL. There we go. UF. It's not grabbing that bevel. Let's see what's going on here. UF. There we go. Right click, disconnect. All right, now let's check that again. If I say UW here, good. If I say UW here, good. Great. Now let's grab these parts in the middle. And so I'm going to grab these, just the bottom ones. I'll try and be pretty precise about grabbing the bottom ones here. And again, if you didn't redo these with the bevel, you're going to want to do that. The original Boolean would be a little tough to work out. So in here, let's grab these, and then here. Cool. And now we can grab everything up the sides by just growing this selection. And so that is U and then Y. UI, one more UI. There we go. And I'm going to right click and say disconnect that. Cool. All right, that looks good now. Let's check this here. UW. Good, that's giving us that part. Let's check this. UW. Cool. Good, these are separated out. So now let's go ahead and reconfigure the UVs. Control A, and we will do the automatic UVs again. There we go. Nice. And now, because we changed them, we're going to have to repack here. And so let me grab here to here. Remember, not the bowl. And Control A, make sure I grab all the polygons. And repack all of these. Make sure we got the UV tags. There we go. And there we go. Much better. Nice. You might want to check the top of these. I was having problems with that earlier. So at the very top, I was having some issues with the top of these. And it may have just been the way my model worked out. But if you look here, UW, something you want to check on UL rather. And it's not showing up over here because I think it got smushed into something else. And I think a good way to solve this, having all these triangles isn't super great. And so I'm going to say UL and then MN to turn that into an n-gon. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. UL and then MN. And let's do it one more time now. And grab all of these polygons and do one more UV unwrap. And just double check that those are good in our map now. If I grab here. Good. And the other side. Yeah, right there. All right, that's good. And so now we got that configured. Let's do the pack one more time here. Holding down Control, grabbing all of these. And Control A, get all of them. UV packing. And there we go. Great. Nice. Okay, and we separated out our different parts that we needed to separate out. Let's just double check. UW. Great. All right, now we are ready for Substance Painter. Let's go ahead and come up here and make sure we got the materials labeled right. This is our bowl and mixer. Great. And got the selected file. Export selected object as FBX. Don't need a camera. And we'll call this Farina Mixer ready for Substance Painter. There we go.